Singapore Institute of the Directors. Michael is also important actors in this forum, and he made tremendous contributions to organize today's forum. So Michael, you will touch upon the topic for the future jobs in the future of the work. So I pass the microphone to Michael. Mike, please.
Thank you, Mr. Fang. Yeah, let me share my screen. Hi, hello everybody. Thank you to be back here. I see a few familiar faces from last year's FEC. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Very privileged to share with you on these priorities in the post-pandemic era. My topic is on the future jobs for the future of work. I want to talk a little bit about digitalization and the token economy that's coming up, right? In our response to COVID. So please bear with me for the next few minutes. I'll discuss briefly what is facing us, the future, the work environment, and the future of work. What are the key trends and the technology that is coming upon us, impacting us, and what are the 6 drivers of future work, and what are the trends that I see as moving in the world. I'm essentially a people management person, and the future of jobs to me is very exciting. Many jobs are being created every day, and what are the top future skills today? And I will end with some recommendations. When we look in the future, do we see opportunities? Do we see threats? That's the key question. Yeah. Do we grasp it, engage it, or we run from it? What is happening as we see in the last few months, and even before? Right? It's an environment that is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. In the last 6 to 8 months, the world was in panic mode. Right? A reset was suggested a few years back, but this is more than just a reset. This is like a reboot, not a reset. It was like throwing away the things that we know well and starting to do the things that we are afraid to do. Right? The VUCA environment faces us even today as we face the future economy operation. Right? If we look at the last few years, trade has dropped 32%, and there's a lot of misery, and there's a lot of difficulty, and there's a lot of debt, not to mention. So what shall we do? When we look at, say, for example, logistics market, right? It dropped. Market impact is highly negative. The impact on logistics is indirect. Yeah, very low growth, and the best they could hope for 2020, at least for the first few months, is just 2%. Yeah, this is just for the logistics industry. What is the future of work? Work different. These are the key trends and technology. If you look at it, we are consumed by all these Internet of Things, automation, risk, security, machine learning, deep learning, advanced genomics, consumerization. We heard the earlier speaker mention some of it. Sustainability is so important. It's a digital world, open innovation, artificial intelligence. So what are these? Many of us have outgrown so many of these, and tsunami. This is a tsunami of technology, right? But there are 6 drivers. So once we identify what are the drivers for future work, it's easier. People are living longer, extreme longevity. The computational world is becoming very big. Computers, sensors, processing power is making the world very programmable. Right now, we are having a conference in the digital manner. Incidentally, this conference was supposed to be held in Taiwan, right? But because of the COVID, we couldn't do it. But we did it. We're doing it. Right? We see superstructure organization, new forms of production, organizations spring up, digital organizations spring up. We also see the rise of smart machines and systems. And that's something for us really to know. I've signed up for a course on really smart machines and automation, and my eyes are open. Yeah, it's really something we all really need to know. And then we also encounter new media ecology, new communication from social media happening all the time. Whether we use WhatsApp, we use Zoom, there's so many other things, right? To do, especially in the area of training. We are living, as what Dr. T mentioned in the beginning, we are living in a connected world. We are beginning to understand from COVID. COVID did not respect boundaries. COVID did not respect what our race is. COVID did not respect what our religion. COVID did not respect our background. COVID just drives through the whole world without borders, without boundaries. And COVID reminds us we are indeed living in a connected world. Now, what does this mean? Well, the 6 drivers actually point to maybe 8 skills that are needed to engage these 6 drivers. It's cross-disciplinary. We are bombarded with a lot of sensors giving us information, big data. We need to really understand how to manage this cognitive load management. We need to collaborate, and that's something Professor Wang here will share about how we then proceed with virtual and physical collaboration beyond FEC. 2. We need to change mindset. The design mindset is important, right? And we got to link it to the new media literacy. We really got to understand. We cannot. We work with a computer with us every day. Do you know that? Your mobile phone is a computer, right? And the computer bombards with all kinds of things, right? Email, messages, anytime. That's how connected we are. The world is becoming very small. We need to have a better sense thinking. We cannot just look at the facts and what we see and what we can touch. We need to feel. We need to think. I know what we think and we see what we say. That's sense thinking. We need to have a heightened role. And we need to have novel and adaptive thinking. And above all, we need to have cross-cultural competency. Today we have people from 30 over countries. And we share basically the same ideas, right? Why? Because we belong to one humanity, one world, one destiny.
Michael, we can't hear your voice clear. Can you adjust your microphone?
Okay. Let me.
Okay, it's better.
Better?
Oh no. Okay, try.
Sorry. Microphone.
Sounds like you're out in the wind when you start to speak. Your microphone is getting air passing over.
Is it better now?
Well, better. Yeah.
Now better? Okay. So let me get back. Okay. See, high technology give out on me too, you know. let me continue. I'm just about to finish. Okay. So when now look at the skills that are needed, then what do we see? I look at the future of work. There are 4 things to look at. The ideal workforce, the intuitive connection, empowered culture, and agile workplace. I will go through one by one. In the ideal workforce, we see that the skills marketplace has become universal, right? Skills are needed and the matching comes in across borders. International talents can work almost anywhere since we are going to a lot of remote working. Career matchmaking, right? Later we talk a bit more about what kind of careers are we talking about. Digital knowledge updating. Nobody can survive today without understanding something that's digital, computers. We need to learn by doing, right? The traditional educational model is no longer valid, right? So how do we do this? We need to have an empowered culture. We need to allow people to participate. We understand each one is actually a creative digit, right? So we need to treat employees as stakeholders. We need to have a feedback culture so that people can decide what we think is good for them. Freedom is about giving choices. Freedom is the exercise of choice. Now, many of us know that by many countries, they have not yet discovered this. There's a network knowledge. There's a community of understanding, a small community like we are today, sharing knowledge, sharing ideas. Okay, there is this very real community. We need to quantify employees. Employees actually know things and we need to be able to map what they know. We also have intuitive connection. The world is connected, but the people are connected. The people are connected through a social workflow. It's no longer we are connected as job, in a job place, in a workplace. We're also connected as a human being. We are also connected socially, right? Our Rolex, which is like our contacts, okay? Contact people, how many connections you have, right? It's all contextual, right? For each context, we have a group of people that we are connected with. There's a telepresence like what we have now, right? I'm speaking from Singapore, right? And being broadcast throughout the world. There's a telepresence we have to understand, and they give us, embolden us, right? To share, to influence, and to make a change. We need visual collaboration. Right? At the end of FEC2, we will see how Professor Huang will bring us through this collaboration from here on. The workplace is agile. The workplace is changing all the time because of the VUCA environment. The workplace is now anywhere and everywhere. It's remote. It's not locked down in one place. We co-create space to work. Right? The technology is fluid. Technology changes all the time. And workplace pop up anywhere, even in the garden, out there, right? Anywhere you can use a laptop, that's your workplace. And then workout places. And where can you work out? Almost anywhere, everywhere. The World Economic Forum produced a report called The Future of Jobs. What is the future of jobs? Many of us were in just 1 or 2 jobs in our lives, right? The future jobs will be plenty for just 1 person. Thomas Frey says that 60% of the best jobs over the next 10 years haven't been invented yet. Okay. Actually, 60% of the jobs today is not something that we knew 10 years ago. Basically, that's what he's saying. Right. The top 10 skills. Just take a look at this. The top 10 skills in 2020 and 5 years ago are so different. The figures you see in red were just 5 years ago, and the ranking 5 years ago. When you look at it, problem solving remains at the top, but creativity is number 3 in 2020, but it was number 10 only 5 years ago. Critical thinking was 4, now it's number 2. People management, it's an area of my expertise. Right, it was 3, now it's 4, but people remain important, a different kind of people. All right, and you also see new skills, like in 2020, number 6, emotional intelligence, and number 10, cognitive flexibility. All right, these are new things, new skills that we need to develop in our children, right? Not in ourselves. In 2015, 2 things were important: quality control and active listening. 6 and 9, they are no longer important. It's not that quality is no longer important. Today we talk about excellence, and today we talk about experience. We talk about the customer's experience. We talk about the employee's experience or the people experience. We talk about the experience of the relationship. We no longer talk about quality. Active listening is no more important because active listening has become engagement, right? If we engage, we will be listening actively. If you look at this picture, jobs have declined. And we know it because we know of people who have lost their job. The COVID accelerated this unemployment. The jobs that are growing: computers, mathematics, engineering, management, right? Some business. And this is what is changing in front of us. With or without COVID, this is already happening. With COVID, this become worse or better. We are in fact in the midst of the 4th industrial revolution. A long time ago, industrial revolution, mechanization, industrialization, factories, information, IT. IT was only 15, 20 years ago. Digitalization today is happening. How do we manage big data? How do we automate big data? What does big data tell us? What is the new science of analytics? Right? How do we manage the world better? How do we create a better world from digitalization? Right? The next session is going to deal with the sustainable development goals, and then we will see what the benefits to the world, right, from digitalization. The job future today. What are the prospects? Careers used to be stable, linear, and singular, right? Many of us will remember we only have like 2, 3 jobs. But today, careers are complex, fragmented, specialized, collaborative. Many of us will have many careers, many jobs. Our children will have many jobs, not like us. We only 1 or 2 jobs. Okay. Sorry. Example, a story came out a few years ago about robots will cause 5 million jobs by this year. Okay, I think it's more. Right, COVID have accelerated that. Robots is not all bad. Robots are used to replace some of us, to automate the things that we do that are repetitive, to relieve some mundane kind of job, but robots empower us to do more, right? To go faster, higher, to become better, right? That is robots automation potential. How do we engage the future? Learning is the only response. Lifelong learning. 1.1 billion youth were under the age of 25 5 years ago. All right. The world is getting younger as people are growing older. All right. So we are going to have a lot of talent. So what shall we do? If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. And this was said by the president of Harvard University. We cannot afford to be ignorant. COVID has taught us that unless the scientists get together they will never have produced the vaccine so fast. We understand that time can be shortened. Somebody asked a CFO, chief financial officer, asked the CEO, what happens if we invest in our people and they leave? And the CEO asks back, what happens if we don't? Will they stay? This is telling us that are we developing our people enough? Are we developing our people in the right direction? In this age of digitalization, as we approach the future, with COVID in the background, and I suspect COVID is coming back, the second round of battle of COVID in 2021, do we decisively become victorious, notwithstanding the vaccine? We underestimate and overestimate technology. Roy Amara was, yeah, I'm finishing 2 slides. Yeah, we tend to overestimate technology in the short run and underestimate in the long run. Okay, so we need to seize the day today. Thank you.